What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on Pam Unfiltered. Y'all, there's some serious housewife news going on today, and I'm here to do the video to give y'all some updates. So we have some Housewives of Potomac news, or I should say some updates. We have some Housewives of Jersey news and also some Housewives of Atlanta. Let me tell y'all something about Atlanta. Atlanta is working overtime to make sure y'all tune into this season. They are not playing. And honestly, I think Atlanta has a few more seasons left before they are shelved like Miami. You hear what I'm saying? Because for about 2, maybe 3 seasons, the ratings have been dropping. And because this is one of the only and the first all-black cast of Housewives, they're really trying to hold on to it because I feel like maybe they're going to get like complaints if they cancel it. So they're trying to give it, tries, and they're trying different things out. So they're really pushing this season, all this news, all the interviews, the drama between housewives, and what I gotta tell you today about Miss Pinky Cole. But we're gonna start off with Housewives of Potomac because it's not much really going on. It's just a slight update. I did a video about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, about who was gonna be fired, who's gonna come back, that type of thing. Well, apparently, it's still a rumor still going on that Angel and Kiana are still out, which I have absolutely no problem with that, especially with Kiana. You were a total flop, girl. You were okay on your first season. This last season, you were just doing team too much with Stacey, with Wendy. It was too much going on. And you really are not a good friend to Angel. You're not. I think you think you're better than her. You think you're the alpha when it comes to you and her. So you treat her a certain way, which I particularly do not like. Okay. As far as Angel being fired, it doesn't matter to me. I could have had it either way. If she came back for a second season, the only thing I would hope is when she has issues with these women to bring it up as soon as possible and not wait weeks later where the women forgot what's going on or they found that it was resolved, but you bring it up and it's a bigger issue. That's the only thing I would hope you resolve for your second season. But apparently you're not getting one. So good luck to your girl. We don't have no information as far as Ashley Darby goes. There's still rumor that she might be fired or she's leaving. She hasn't said anything. Bravo hasn't said anything. Hopefully in the upcoming weeks we will get that information because Potomac does film late spring, early summer. So again, if she is fired or she's coming back, we'll be hearing that soon. Now, there was a rumor about Miss Robyn Dixon. There was rumors that she was going to come back. Again, those rumors are still there. However, it's a slight difference. She won't be a main caster, a champagne flute holder. She will be a friend of. And me personally, I think that's perfect for Robyn because Robyn lives a very regular life. There's nothing really goes on in her life outside of her relationship issues with Juan that we've seen for 8 seasons. And I'm sorry, I don't want to see it again. So her being a friend of, she'll be able to be on TV, be able to collect somewhat of a check, you know what I'm saying, but not showcase her life. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's perfect, and Giselle will have her sidekick back. But let me read you what Mr. Housewives had to say about Miss Robyn Dixon, or in the words of Kempire, regular Robyn. So it says, rumors are swirling that Robyn Dixon could be returning to the Housewives of Potomac after being off the show for 2 years. And she was not missed. Robyn was let go after season 8 wrapped in April of 2024 as one of the original housewives from 2015. She had a long run, 8 seasons to be exact. Now listen, for many viewers, Robyn's main storyline revolved around her relationship with Juan Dixon, the cheating rumors, the ups and downs, and that long road back to marriage, which to me, she shouldn't have married him. And by the end, a lot of fans felt like we had seen that story play out enough. Hello, 8 seasons. And says that's why this possible return is raising some eyebrows because honestly, I haven't seen many people asking for it. Let's be real, since Robyn left the show, we haven't really heard much about Juan either. Coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. He's not a public figure. You know what I mean? He's not famous like that. Yeah, he was a professional basketball player, but he wasn't the top professional basketball players. So I mean, like, why would we hear anything about him? I mean, come on. But so yeah. So she's supposed to be a friend of, and again, I think that's perfect for her. Um, so let's move on to Housewives of New Jersey. Now, you guys, I have not watched Housewives of New Jersey in a very, very long time. I think the last season I watched was either the second season of Melissa Gorga or the first season of Melissa Gorga. I don't know what season that was, but when she started to be on the show, that's when I had stopped. And I personally like her. And I never understood the issues between her and Teresa. But yeah, that's the last time I watched that season. So apparently they've been on pause as well, like Miami, but they're coming back. They're officially coming back after a 2-year hiatus. And there was a cast shakeup. So out of all the girls from the last season, only 3 are coming back. And then they have 3 new cast members. So let me show you guys that. Okay, so these are the 3 women that are going to come back. Teresa Judice. Why she still has that last name is beyond me. She's married to someone else. I would completely change that name. That is just utterly ridiculous. So she's supposed to be coming back. And again, I've said it in the previous Housewives update video. She is one of the originals. When you think of Housewives of New Jersey, you think of Teresa. She is pretty much the anchor of the show. So there was no doubt that she was coming back. So she's coming back. Melissa Gorga is coming back, and so is Black Dolores. Now, I don't know Black Dolores' last name. I just know that Wendy Williams calls her Black Dolores. Okay, so those are the 3 that's going to be coming back. These 2 over here are not. And again, I don't know who they are, nor do I care. But these are the women that supposedly are going to be new. And by the way, they're throwing a little spice. They're throwing a little melanin into this upcoming season, which they were way overdue. Not just Italian people live in New Jersey, all kinds of people live in New Jersey. So it was about time that you throw a little color into the mix. So here is the first woman. Her name is Gia Casey. Now, Gia Casey is married to DJ Envy, who is a host of The Breakfast Club. Okay, you guys can see the information here. They've been married for a very long time. I think they have like 6 kids. 6 kids. So she is one of them. And then we have, that's her and DJ Envy right here. She's so pretty. And then we have here Natalie Rufulio. And it says here, Natalie is said to be friends with Melissa and she owns a Botox clinic. Okay, she's very young. I noticed that they're going a little bit younger, get that fresh meat. Natalie looks like she is in her early 30s, maybe possibly in her mid 30s. I don't know. Gia, I believe, is in her 40s. Okay. So this is her, and then this is her and her man. She looks very young here. She looks like she's about 31, 32. And I'm going to be very honest. Her husband looks like or her boyfriend, he looks like he's a club owner. Don't he look like that? He like a club owner. But we'll soon find out when the show is released. And then last but not least, we have Amber Sabathia. I think that's how you say her name. She is the wife of the New York Yankees pitcher, CC Sabathia. I think he's retired now because he's pretty up there in age, so I don't think he's on the Yankees anymore. But that's these 2 right here. It doesn't say, she's friends with Melissa. So she'll be introduced probably along with Natalie, and then Gia is friends with Teresa. Okay, so those are the 3 new cast members for New Jersey, and I believe they are either filming right now or they're going to be filming very soon, and most likely they will premiere the same time as the Potomac cast, or I should say the Potomac new season, which is what, season 11? Okay. So let's go on to Housewives of Atlanta. So I've talked about Pinky Cole like weeks and weeks ago, how she filed for bankruptcy. Well, baby, we got some more bankruptcy news. Apparently, the government has foreclosed on her house or put a hold on her house. This is not looking good for her at all. So let me show you what's been happening. Okay, let me bring it up. So it says here, Pinky Cole's house was seized by creditors after she filed for bankruptcy. Guardian Asset Management reportedly placed a notice on the property and changed the locks. Damn. Pinky's lawyer said the actions were improper as the bankruptcy filing should have paused all collection efforts. She claims the seizure is causing extreme financial harm. Since she planned to rent out the property for income, while court documents show Pinky owes millions in debt and currently relies on her husband's $15,000 a month income, which is not bad. $15,000, most people don't even make $2,000 a month. Okay, girl. So it says here, according to Bravo Shade Room, via TMZ, it says the owner of Slutty Vegan, Pinky Cole, rushed to bankruptcy court for help after her property was seized and locks changed by Guardian Asset Management, a credit company. Pinky Cole says she owns a fancy property in Georgia, a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 2,800 square foot home in the city of Loganville, about an hour east of Atlanta. Pinky Cole says her lawyer tried to contact Guardian Assets Management and explained their actions were improper since the bankruptcy filing paused any collection efforts. Pinky said the seizure is causing extreme financial harm because she needs to rent the property in order to bring in income, and said she has prospective tenants with the lease to set starting April 1st. The creditor has yet to formally respond. In her bankruptcy docs, Pinky states she owes millions in debt and is currently unemployed, with basically no income aside from the $15,000 a month her husband earns. Pinky Cole, who is the founder of Slutty Vegan and several other businesses, filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy earlier this year. Now listen. Only thing that I'm like side-eyeing about this whole situation is she filed bankruptcy for her business. Pretty much what she did was she bit off more than she can chew. She opened a ton of restaurants and the income wasn't there, so she had to shut them down. And then later on, she had to, file for bankruptcy. People reported on it. They were saying that she was broke. Y'all remember when she came on here, she tried to do a little Miss Rachel and try to explain bankruptcy to us like we were stupid. Do y'all remember that? Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Do y'all remember this? When she came on here talking this mess? Look at her. Now you sit over here talking to us like we stupid, but your quote unquote personal assets are being seized unless they're not personal and you purchase that home through your business. Because if you file bankruptcy for your business, why are they touching your home? Is it because you bought the house under your business name? I think that's what's been going on. And she thought filing that bankruptcy was going to save the home. Well, it didn't. And they seized it. It's a sad thing because sometimes when you get into business and it's successful, you try to expand, but things just don't work out and you have to pretty much kind of just like not the word reduce, but you have to minimize it again. And I think that's okay. Unfortunately, when it comes to veganism, I think veganism was a fad for a lot of people. And I think that's why her business was slowly like going down, because a lot of people just stopped being vegans and they returned to eating meat and all the other things like milk and eggs and cheese and those type of things. Again, they were no longer vegans anymore. And then there's also people who, they were vegans, but then for health reasons, they couldn't be vegans. They had to actually eat real protein, or the real source of protein like meat, instead of going to like beans and those type of alternatives. But this is it's sad. It's embarrassing. I'm not sure why, because I have a feeling that house was bought with that business name, under that business name. Um, yeah, it's just a sad thing to go through. It's embarrassing to go through this, on social media, but you have to live and you have to learn. I'm not sure exactly how she thought the house um was going to be safe. I don't know how that works. Y'all let me know if you know more details about that than me. But yeah, lesson learned. The $15,000 that her and her husband live on, I mean, am I bugging, or do I think that's perfectly fine? Her saying that she's unemployed. My question is, so is Slutty Vegan over, or is you just trying to revamp it after bankruptcy? What's going on with that? Hmm. Hopefully we'll see that in the next season. Not this season that's coming up, but hopefully next season. And this news might have secured her a second season, y'all. I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all let me know what are your thoughts? Excuse me. What are your thoughts on any of the topics that we talked about in this video? The Housewives of Jersey, the Housewives of Potomac, and Pinky Cole from the Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one.